Welcome to the Team Solemn Circus live video. Today on the left side here we have branded Despia, and on the right side we have Bystial branded Despia. So we have a mirror match here. Very nice. We love ourselves some Albaz mirrors. Normal something Albaz using their mirror jade to make it. Uh, it's kind of crazy. Just being able to bounce back and forth. Especially like Super Poly goes in hard in this. Before we get into the video, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, to the channel a lot. We are on the road to 2K. And yep, let's dive in and see what fusions we can make. So we see a patchwork searching for the adept chain as well as a polymerization with the player on the right going first here. They're going to be activating, we see a branded fusion in their hand. We're going to activate a branded fusion here using, I would assume, well, you have to choose an Albaz, so we know that's going to be being sent. And then we have to choose here between a Sornier or Bellion, or options. This build is not playing the Cartesia. Looking at the Albion, you definitely don't send that. That definitely is a misplay. Unless you have Sorniers already in hand, I definitely don't think that's probably your best play, going for the Lubellion there. And then you'll be able to pitch with the Lubellion effect the Tragedy to make the Mirror Jade. And then we're going to be seeing the Tragedy searching here, most likely for an Aluber if we do not have one in hand. I guess Albion can be sending the Retribution to grave, but we're normal summoning the Albion here, searching here, and probably going for either Branded Red, Branded Banishment, or something like that. Searching for the Branded in red here. We do see the Sornier in hand. We're going to activate Polymerization using the Edgemp chain as well as the Aluber to go into for Masquerade here. Just taking a second to appreciate the card stock and the secret rarity of that polymerization from Speed Duel. Edgemp Chain's going to search for the patchwork. Crazy how it searches off for each other. Then we're going to activate the Albion and Graveyard, sending the Retribution to put itself on the bottom of the deck. It was in hand, so we do not get the draw, so we do see a TTT in hand as well. We did not get to use that this turn, so we're going to set it and pass. We have not used the effect of the Mirror Jade either. So we're going to see their own Pfeiffer Patchwork being activated here. They're going to be paying 600 for it. Searching for the chain and the polymerization. They also have a polymerization in hand. So they're going to activate their branded fusion of their own. Going for the Albaz as well as a Tragedy. So searching, going for that Lubellion here. And then I would assume they're going to pitch one of their polymerizations. They have another Patrick in hand as well. Wow. They're going to pitch a polymerization here, as well as actually the Tragedy effect. Going for the, or not the Aluber there. Going for the Ad Libitum. Then we see that the Mirror Jade is being made. It's interesting how Mirror Jade and Mirror Jade act with each other, especially when we have a branded and red target. They're going to activate the Mirror Jade effect, sending for cost. And then we're going to activate ours as well, sending an Albion as well for cost. Then we're going to also chain the Sorenir on the Albion. And then it'll resolve. We're going to see the Mirror Jade being banished, our Mirror Jade being banished, or the Masquerade being banished. Okay. Here we did the Sorenir so that we could activate the effects of it in case he doesn't have anything else to stop that Albion. You can activate Triple Attack's talents to take, and we do not have anything we can do. We can flip Branded in red, but he'll be able to just take our Chimera. So we let him take the Masquerade. We can activate Polymerization here, using it and the Adlib to go into his Guardian Chimera of Adlib and the Chain to go into a Chimera of his own. We're going to activate Chimera here. Or we're going to activate Branded in red, targeting the Tragedy to add back. And are we going to fuse? We are going to be fusing here, going into a Quiritus in defense position, and then Tragedy will be able to activate its effects on a separate chain. I'm going to see the Adlib add back. Let's summon back the Mirror Jade here. And then the Chimera will pop the face down card, which we will see will be a TTT. And Tragedy here is going to be searching, and it cannot search for branded opening. It has to search for a Despia monster. I don't know what was going on there. We're both playing Despia, and we are both playing Tragedy. We don't know what the card does. We're going to see the fusion monster being destroyed by battle, so then we can special summon out the Aluber. Then we're going to see the Chimera attack into the Aluber. It's going to go to graveyard. It does not have if this card special summon, it gets banished when it leaves the field clause. We did get confused with the Tragedy because Tragedy can banish itself from the grave to add back a branded card in the graveyard, but it cannot do that. It's not if it gets banished, it adds a branded spell and trap. That'd be kind of busted. Then during the end phase here, we're going to be either setting or adding a branded card. So we're going to be setting the branded Retribution, or branded Banishment, I believe it was. The trap card. We have Retribution and Grave. Then we're going to be able to draw for turn here. And here we're looking through the graveyard. We do have the branded Retribution and Grave that we could manage to add back like a branded opening. We're going to look through his graveyard there. We're going to activate the Retribution, targeting the branded opening, add it back to hand by banishing. And here we're just looking through what we have. We're going to activate the branded Retribution, targeting the Mirror Jade in our graveyard. I think it's going to get, it's going to get DD Crowed here. And we have nothing really to stop that. Or we have... Yeah, we're going to let that go through. We're not going to Magnamut it. We're going to activate Branded Fusion here, using Lubellion as well as an Albaz to make the Albion. Then Albion effect's going to activate here. Being able to fuse, which we do have a fusion monster in the graveyard. It's going to get impermed though, so we do not have that ability. We're going to activate the Fight for Patchwork here. We are running out of options very quick. Searching for that Edge chain as well as the Polymerization. I don't think we have any other targets for this. We do have the Magnamut in hand, but can we get a way to get... We don't play 2 Chimera. I know that for a fact. Then he's going to activate the Mirror Jade, banishing it by sending the Albion. We're going to activate the effect, targeting his Albion, special summon out the Magnamut, and activate the Magnamut effect. And here we can activate the we can use the Lubellion to summon itself out by banishing, or by sending it to grave. Then we can activate the Lubellion on the field effect to put up the branded beast. Which will allow us to pop. Unfortunately, we cannot pop the Chimera due to the fact that it does. He does have the Polymerization in the graveyard, so kind of unfortunate there. Taking a second to read the branded beast. It's cool how this deck integrated 3 trap cards compared to the regular 1 or 2 that we saw. They're going to activate the effect of beast to destroy the Mirror Jade by attributing off a dragon monster. And because it was not fusion summoned, it does not get its effects. We're going to activate the branded opening that was illegally added. It should be like an Aluber, which we would have normal summoned. But we'll activate the effect of Aluber to search for a, what was that? Branded in red? Branded fusion, okay. Or branded regained. Interesting there. We're going to play the branded regained. And then during the end phase, we're going to be adding the Druid Worm. And do we activate the Druid Worm effect as well? Here's the question. We're going to be looking through his graveyard there. Maybe we activate it, we do not. Okay. We do see him having a DD Crone. He's going to activate the Tragedy effect to target the, what's it called? Engrave, the branded fusion engrave. It's going to go through. It's going to set itself to the field. We're reading our Albion there. Here we're both looking at our graveyards. We're going to activate the effect of the Druid Worm by banishing the Lubellion. Then we're going to activate the regained effect to put the Lubellion back on the bottom of the deck and draw a card. And do we draw into another Bystial? Then we can activate the effect of the beast to pop the branded fusion before he gets a chance to use it. And then unfortunately, we cannot send off that Druid Worm. And then we're going to see the battle phase. Chimera is going to attack into the Aluber, and then he's going to... Looks like he's going to be passing his turn. Here we're looking at all of our cards in the banish zone. We're entering a grind game. We're going to activate another Druid Worm here, targeting the Aluber. It'll banish itself, and then activate the effect, putting it back to the bottom of the deck, and then drawing one card. And did we see another branded opening there? Is that what we just saw? We're going to normal summon Edge Imp Chain, linking 2 off into the Dark Charmer. Dark Charmer effect is going to target the Mirror Jade here, summoning itself out. Okay, I see what we're doing here. We're going to activate the effect. And we found the way to out the Chimera here, sending the Albion, and that will be banishing the Guardian Chimera. We're enter battle phase, attacking with the Mirror Jade, and then attacking with the Dark. Setting 1 card, and then end phase, Albion's going to activate its effect. It's going to get DD Crowed, which is going to play around our triple. What? He did it during the main phase? No way, you don't do that during main phase 2. There's no way. Here we see his hand, and then we say, oh, well, he went through 2 polymerizations, so we'll give him the patchwork. He gets to keep the Edge Imp Chain in hand, but then he's going to be able to draw. Maybe we should have drawn 2 ourselves, but he's going to show us the bell, and then we're going to go into game 2 here. I didn't know if I liked Dark in the deck. I thought it could come up. I didn't think it'd come up like this, but that was pretty cool. I'm going to say I like that. In the grind game, that helped. I think maybe you could play another card instead, because I don't think Dark's very good. But cool to see how it did come up. Here we're going to be seeing that, TTT is definitely a sleeper card. It's like whoever goes first has the advantage in Branded Despia, because you're able to set up their board. But if your opponent has TTT, then going second is just huge. Because to activate a Mirror Jade effect, TTT. You activate Chimera, TTT. There's so many options. Even with the Bystial, Branded in red just becomes so bad. Branded Banishment becomes so bad. Lubellion can use the banished monster, so it doesn't really change Lubellion that much. It kind of hurts if they do Albion, because you can just banish it before they get the chance to. But a lot of time you don't really summon Albion unless you're doing it for a specific reason. So now going into game 2 here, we're going to be seeing our opponent is going to go first. The player on the left side, who did in fact lose game 1, we see an Ash Blossom, I believe. They're going to be looking at their extra deck. I think they're all fusions, as we can see there. They're not playing the Dark Charmer. The deck definitely gets some upgrades post Photon Hypernova, which I'm super excited about. I think they have a Blazing Cartesia in hand, which we're not currently playing, or the player on the right side is not currently playing. They're going to set 2 cards. This does not look too good, and you don't just pass at this. This is bad. Normal summoning the Blazing Cartesia here, activating its effects, using itself on Albaz to go for the Albion. Then we're going to be able to activate the Albion effect, banishing both of those to go for the Mirror Jade here. It is better than nothing, and that's why I only I don't think it's needed currently. The Blazing Artesia, it's a nice card, but just not needed. See the Patchwork being activated here, searching for the Chain and the Polymerization. And then looks like we have a fusion. We do have a Branded Fusion in hand. So we're going to get Ash Blossom on that. That's going to be, unfortunately, it's going to go through. We're going to activate a Polymerization here. Is that a Roz Disciple? Using an ad libitum as well as an edgem chain to go for, I would assume, the Quertus. You want to see edgem chain, searching for that patchwork there. Nice little recursion piece. Looks like we have a Bystial in our hands as well. Or is that a branded in red? I don't even know. We're looking at Chimera here, so obviously we have an idea in mind. We're going to have a second polymerization using the Quertus, Rosa-Stifle, and an edgem chain, I think, to go for Chimera here. Chimera is going to be able to activate its effects. So we were able to draw to pop 1, I believe. It's going to go through, we draw 2, and then we're going to pop the Mirror Jade. It's going to activate its effects. And I hope those 2 cards we drew were worth it. We're going to activate the Magnamut here. Targeting, we should probably target the Blazing Cartesia there, which we are going to be doing. That's going to get banished, and then we're going to summon ourselves out, activating its effects. It's going to get impermed there, so you definitely want to stop a lot of those Bystials. You don't want to have a recursion of having so many of them, especially when you can set up like a beast or searching for like even Lubellion, and Lubellion just pitching to search for Magnamut again is just crazy. We're going to set 2 enter battle phase and then attack, and then we're going to see during the end phase there, both the monsters will go to the graveyard due to the effect of Masquerade. Going to pass. We're going to be drawing. He does not have. I wonder what that set card is. We did chip down the life points a lot with the 32. And they're pretty much close to being dead. We're going to activate a branded banishment here. Targeting, it can be the Quertus here to begin the game. It's going to be Call by the Grave on the Quertus, so it does not summon itself out. But I don't think either of us really have anything to do here. It's really top deck wars. We're going to set 1 card and pass. And does he draw something? He's going to activate the branded opening, pitching the Tragedy. That's so huge. Searching for Aluber, then you're going to see Aluber as well as Tragedy being activated here. Going for the branded Fusion. Searching for an. Are they playing 2 ad lib or was that last game? Oh, we were the ones who activated ad lib. Okay. We're going to see a branded Fusion being activated here. And if we don't have a response to this, this is going to be most likely game. We're going to see itself and an Aluber being sent. Albaz and Aluber going for the Lubellion. Then we're going to activate the effect, pitching the ad lib in hand, shuffle back in one of the graveyard monsters, as well as the Aluber to go for the Masquerade. Masquerade's going to be able to attack. Unfortunately, Lubellion cannot attack this turn due to its claws if it's using its fusion summon. Then we're going to activate the effect, banishing the Aluber, sending the Albion. Then we're going to be setting a copy of Banishment, I believe. Or we're sending a copy of Branded in red instead. And can this be interrupted by one Bystial? And for the effect of the Lubellion right off the bat, due to us having, and he has a chance to chain here. He's going to chain the Branded in red targeting. And that's going to, he's targeting the ad libitum, and that's going to go through. He's going to use all three monsters to go for a Chimera here. We're going to search for the Sorenir. I mean, I don't know why you wouldn't search for Magnemite. Oh, we are searching for the Magnemite there. Okay, that makes sense. So there's no way you don't search for Magnemite. And I think that's a TTT set, which is definitely a bad play on our part. Searching for the Sorenir after all. Okay. There's the ad libitum summoning back out that Masquerade. Maybe hoping we can like attack, sending the Retribution if we still have it. I can't really see it. Then here we're going to be chaining. Oh, they use 2 from field, so they can't draw because they have to destroy. Okay, so our set card is safe. And here we're going to be targeting the Eluber, I think it was, to banish. Then he's going to take a second to read the, or he offered to read the Lubellion because it does not start a cost. It does not start a chain, so he's going to just, on the response of the Sorenir, he's going to activate the Mirror Jade to get rid of itself. We're going to simply set one card and just pass our turn there. We're going to scoop it up saying, no, you got it. Going on to game 3 here. Part of the grind game definitely is a part of it. Unfortunately, we both saw we didn't really draw great. There was a moment or two where, we didn't do anything. That's some good old Yu-Gi-Oh! None of this tier 0, oh, I drew a halfness, I can activate on your turn kind of stuff, which, is crazy. I mean, a few years ago we had that as well, I guess, when people were setting up like so many negates. And then like the game slowed down kind of. Here we're going to see a branded Patchwork activate, or not a branded Patchwork, favorite Patchwork activating. We're getting close to time here, so we're trying to go as fast as we can. We see a U set, and then we're going to be passing. We're going to activate Polymerization here, and then we're going to see an Eluber as well as the Albaz making the Masquerade. Time will be called here, and neither of us are going to activate a card or effect, so we cannot take, and it is unfortunately a tie. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one.